Yes, what is this?
Not the order passed by the honorable single judge is under challenge. Sort of. This is a case, Parot, wherein I appeared for selection on the post of forest guard. Now, in the examination form, Parot, I have wrongfully mentioned my date of marriage to be, Parot, 25 to 1990 instead of, Parot, 26 to 1991
25
to 1990
1990.
instead of 26 to 1991.
26 to
1991.
91.
Now, my lord, they rejected my candidature in terms of the provisions contained in Rule 6(5) of Civil Service General Condition of Service Regulations 1961. In view of the fact, my lord, that you solemnize marriage, my lord, after before 21 years of age. My lord. So my respectful submission is, my lord, that no sooner I got this information that I have wrongfully mentioned this date, my lord, I have sent them a corrigendum application saying so that it should be corrected.
Application required that you should be a bachelor.
The application is, my lord, that the correct date of my marriage is my lord 22.
Minimum age of marriage should have been met. That is.
Huh?
But the provisions contains it should be 21.
Age of marriage.
Yes, 21 legal age of marriage. Now, since the appointment stands abolished, my lord, cancelled in terms of this provision of law, my lord, I made a representation that was not being considered in the earlier round of litigation. The matter was relegated to the authority. If my lord may just turn up to Annexure A2 at page 17. Page 17, my lord, of the rate of appeal. 1 sir. May I read, ma'am?
Yes.
श्री आनंद कुमार यादव, आत्मज राजेंद्र सिंह यादव, दैनिक वेतन भोगी, वन मंडल जबलपुर, मकान सोएंसो, गढ़ा जबलपुर द्वारा याचिका क्रमांक सोएंसो में माननीय न्यायालय के आदेश दिनांक के परिशीलन में प्रकरण में विधिवत जांच कार्रवाई का प्रतिवेदन प्रस्तुत करने कार्यालयीन आदेश जबलपुर द्वारा मैं सदस्य वरिष्ठ वनाधिकारियों की जांच समिति गठित की गई। प्रकरण एवं परीक्षण प्रतिवेदन का अवलोकन करने पर निम्नांकित तथ्य प्रकाश में आए। दैनिक वेतन भोगी श्रमिकों से वन रक्षक पद के लिए शासन द्वारा विज्ञप्ति भर्ती परीक्षा निर्धारित आवेदन अभ्यर्थी तब याचिकाकर्ता दैनिक वेतन भोगी के श्रमिक श्री आनंद कुमार यादव ने अपनी जन्म तिथि 19/4/1900 अपने विवाह की तिथि 25/2/90 दर्शाई थी। भर्ती प्रक्रिया पूर्ण होने के उपरांत नियुक्ति आदेश जारी करने से पूर्व पाया गया कि अभ्यर्थी श्री आनंद यादव का विवाह 21 वर्ष की आयु पूर्ण करने के पूर्व हुआ है, जो कि मध्य प्रदेश सिविल सेवा सेवा की समान शर्तें नियम सोएंसो में राज्य शासन समान प्रशासन विभाग ज्ञापन दिनांक सोएंसो में निर्दिष्ट शर्तों के अनुसार वह उम्मीदवार नियुक्ति के लिए अपात्र होंगे जिन्हें विवाह के लिए निहित की गई न्यूनतम आयु में से पूर्व विवाह कर लिया हो। उल्लेखित अहर्ता विरुद्ध है। श्री आनंद कुमार यादव दैनिक वेतन भोगी श्रमिक के प्रकरण को उनके विवाह मान किए जाने योग्य आवेदित तिथि 26/2/91 के संबंध में अतिरिक्त और अन्य प्रमाण पत्र प्रस्तुत करने को कहा गया। श्री यादव ने विवाह के समय कुछ और फोटो प्रस्तुत किए। फोटो के पीछे एक कार्ड पर विवाह तिथि 26/2/91 दिखाई देती है। इन फोटोग्राफ के आधार पर उक्त तिथि का विवाह होने की पुष्टि करना संभव नहीं, क्योंकि आधुनिक समय में फोटो में कोई अधिकृत अथवा लिखावट अंकित किया जाना अत्यंत सरल है। विवाह लगभग 20 वर्ष पूर्व होने से प्रस्तुत इन फोटोग्राफों के नेगेटिव भी श्री यादव को नहीं मिल रहे हैं। श्री यादव ने अपने स्वयं के विवाह का पंजीयन हेतु श्री एस के त्रिपाठी कुंडली हस्ताक्षर विशेषज्ञ जबलपुर दिनांक 9/10/2008 को जारी प्रमाण पत्र भी प्रस्तुत किया, जो विवाह तिथि के लगभग 17-18 वर्ष पश्चात जारी किया गया है। श्री त्रिपाठी द्वारा ऐसा कोई अभिलेख संधारित नहीं किया गया जिसमें उनके द्वारा संपन्न किए गए विवाह को लेखा जोखा हो। अतः स्मृति पर आधारित श्री त्रिपाठी द्वारा जारी प्रमाण पत्र के आधार पर यह सुनिश्चित किया जाना कि विवाह दिनांक 26/2/91 की तिथि में संपन्न हुआ मान्य करने योग्य नहीं है। इसी तरह विवाह अधिकारी द्वारा 31/3/2010 को जारी प्रमाण पत्र में विवाह की तिथि आनंद कुमार यादव तथा अन्य 3 गवाहों के कथनों के आधार पर 26/2/91 मान की गई। विवाह अधिकारी द्वारा मान गई 26/2/91 विवाह तिथि के संबंध में कोई स्थायी दस्तावेज प्रस्तुत किए जाने का उल्लेख प्रमाण पत्र में नहीं है। आवेदक श्री आनंद कुमार यादव तथा वन रक्षक पद के लिए आवेदन पत्र जमा कर देने के बाद लिखित परीक्षा, शारीरिक परीक्षा, साक्षात परीक्षा के दौरान कभी भी अपने विवाह की तिथि के संबंध में कोई आवेदन नहीं दिया गया। जिनके द्वारा भूलवश गलत तिथि लिख दी गई थी तो उन्हें संबंध में तत्काल सक्षम अधिकारी को सूचित करना चाहिए था, जो उनके द्वारा नहीं किया गया। अतः विवाह तिथि के संबंध में श्री आनंद कुमार यादव दैनिक वेतन भोगी द्वारा प्रस्तुत सबूतों के आधार पर यह प्रमाणित नहीं होता कि इनका विवाह 21 वर्ष से पूर्व वर्ष आयु पूर्ण कर लेने के बाद हुआ, बल्कि उनके द्वारा बाद में भी प्रस्तुत किए गए समस्त अप्रमाणित साक्ष्य शासकीय नियुक्ति पाने के निहित उद्देश्य निर्मित करते हुए आफ्टर थॉट एविडेंस की श्रेणी में आते हैं। तो जांच समिति प्रतिवेदन के आधार पर निम्न आदेश देता हूं। दिस ऑर्डर इज दैट इज नॉट फाउंड इन माय रिस्पेक्टफुल सबमिशन इज नॉट that what all documents which was there in my possession, that was the photographs and the person who got marriage solemnized, he filed an affidavit. Now there's one more important document, that is the registration of marriage. That registration of marriage, Manoj, is not an empty formality. It is
in 2008.
2010. No sooner, Manoj, when I got.
I can understand taking an extract out of a register of marriage,
Well,
which shows the date Which is coterminous in the date on which the marriage
Yes,
takes
yes.
place. What if it bring out something that's 10, 12 years after the marriage was over?
Mal,
That's
20.
a suspicious document.
my submission is,
That's not.
my submission is, my lord, that the authority under the statute, if my lord may just see that statute I've already uploaded, there has to be an investigation. The authority concerned who has granted the certificate, it's a statutory body duly formulated under the,
This you'll have to go to the civil court. You'll require a doc, this thing, suit for declaration. As far as the date is concerned.
my lord, there's a certificate to that effect.
Very disputed facts here. Just two very disputed facts here that we can't.
If my lord may just for a moment just go through this certificate, my lord.
We can't consider it one way or the other.
The registrar marriages, if my lord may just see the law involved for a moment, my lord, if my lord may just see the rules.
Under 114E of the Evidence Act, that
Well-
all government and official acts have been regularly being performed.
Yes,
That's all.
yes.
But that does not mean someone has to accept it. Where there are other things to doubt it.
But
Where there are other things.
there is not a single document which creates a doubt. My lords have directed me to produce those photographs. I've already produced them. My lord, we just go through the photographs. That is application for taking additional document record, wherein date can be seen, my lord.
That can be manipulation.
But it's basically, my lord, it is an apprehension casted by the authority.
Let's look at the date.
My lord, it is just
20 February.
Where the date?
Well, the photographs
the
show
photograph.
there's
The
a
photograph.
there's
I
a
have the original also.
Show me the original.
My lord.
Photograph का date कौन डालता है?
नहीं, ये पीछे सर पहले एक
पहले शादियों में रहता था।
शादियों में रहता था सर, डेट रहती थी मुझे अगर थोड़ा याद है सर, आज से 30-35 साल पहले तो ये
साइड में डालेगा, बीच में डालेगा। कहाँ पर है ये date?
सर अगर मान भी लें कि ये लेकिन इसका सर मैनिपुलेशन, ये अगर फोटोग्राफ आप देखें सर वेरी ओल्ड फोटोग्राफ सर, ये कहना मुश्किल है भी इसलिए क्योंकि ऐसा इसका कोई तथ्यात्मक प्रमाण नहीं है। एंड मोरओवर ऑफ द फैक्ट सर, अगर एक स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी है उसने एक इंक्वायरी करके एक डेट तय की, उसने मुझे सर्टिफिकेट दिया, तो मेरा सबमिशन ये था कि इट्स अ स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी। आपने एक स्टैट्यूटरी बॉडी एक एक्ट के अंदर में
That's what we will not go and file a suit for declaration.
my lord, he is already, my lord, spent almost 2011 this petition is.
We can't.
The selection process was initiated, my lord, in the year 2009,
We really-
8 in fact.
We really can't. This could have been done on a later date.
And the person who got our marriages solemnized, his affidavit was filed. There is no negative evidence which is there on record. It is just an apprehension casted by the authority. It could have been manipulated. And moreover, the fact, my lord, when an authority who is competent to grant me registration has registered that date, and under the act, he has got the powers, my lord, to either register or to refuse registration.
This is a
My-
bit contrived.
My lord.
This is a bit contrived.
मेरी चेयर के पीछे इमेज क्लियर कर पाना थोड़ा मुश्किल काम है, इतना मतलब अगर आई डोंट नो।
So, the problem came, you stage it once again. You just stage it once again.
And unless that authority recalls that order, because it's a statutory body, there's an inquiry which is being done, and after due examination, only the authority concerned grants me certificate. That certificate was produced, and it was negated only on the count that's an afterthought. No, what means do I have, my lord, to prove my marriage? It's a certificate.
Need evidence, repeat.
That have been led, if my lord may just see the MP regulations for registration of marriages, if my lord may just appreciate me for a moment, my lord, the process.
Sir, we can't look into disputed questions.
No, I'm not saying it's disputed. If my lord may just see document which is there on record along with my annexure P13 at page 34 of the writ proceedings, sir. It's a certificate of marriage granted under section 8 of the concerned rules by the competent authority, that is the registrar of marriages. And he notifies the date of marriage to be, my lord, 26/2/1991. And under the rules, my lord, he has got the powers to inquire. Under the rules, he has got the powers even to deny कि हम नहीं दे सकते. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि हमने अगर सर्टिफिकेट हमने उनके सामने कागज प्रोड्यूस किया तो उनको देना ही है, उनको इंक्वायरी करनी है। इंक्वायरी करने के बाद अगर ये पाते हैं कि हाँ साहब ठीक है, डेट ऑफ मैरिज 91 ही है, तो 91 उसको घोषित करना, नहीं तो वो मैरिज डिनाई भी कर सकते हैं, उसके खिलाफ स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को अपील भी प्रोवाइडेड है। So my respectful submission is, my lord, when the statutory body grants me a certificate, क्योंकि there are what it if it could have been a disputed question of fact, if my lord, the authority concerned would not have granted me this certificate. This was the only, my lord, document which I could have produced. So it is the state government's own authority, their own rules. Under the rules, my lord, I have made an application. It was tested upon. The authority says, yes, you are liable to get this certificate. This certificate was produced before the authority के साथ भी marriage certificate I made. Unless, my lord, the state says that this marriage certificate is a false and bogus certificate. वो कह रहे नहीं तो आफ्टर थॉट है, तो उसको तो सर प्रोविजन है रूल्स में. मेरा रिस्पेक्टफुल सबमिशन ये था सर, अगर आप 2000 इनके रूल्स देखें, मैंने ईआरपी में अपलोड किया. फॉर अ मोमेंट, my lord, मैं जस्ट अप्रिशिएट.
सर्टिफिकेट प्राप्त करना बहुत आसान है, जो आप बोल रहे हैं
सर ये आज हम यहाँ पर बैठ के सर कह सकते हैं कि शायद आसान है. My lord, it is of a selection of 2008. It is almost 2025, my lord.
just because it is delayed, we can't give short stay
अच्छा.
due process and find out.
My lord, if I pursue your lordship to the extent that unless this P13 document stands disputed by the state authorities, what all certificate I could have brought into the notice of my employer to prove that the actual date of marriage was 26/2/1991. It was a service dispute, sir. I made myself liable for selection. I was selected on the post of forest guard. Now the authority, when scrutinizes my entire data in view in terms of the orders passed by this honorable court in the earlier round of litigation, then, my lord, the authority says everything is discarded. Photo is manipulated. The affidavit is after 18 years because the dispute arose after 18 years. What at best evidence I could have brought, sir? And if my lord may just see Section 7, registration of marriages.
Either court proceeding. ERP में जो लगा हुआ है. In the ERP, my lord, it is uploaded by my learned senior at serial number 1.
It is that after examining the memorandum submitted by the parties, the registrar of marriage shall enter the entries of the memorandum in the register specified in form number 2. Each memorandum entered in the register shall be treated as a separate entry. And section 2 says, where the registrar of marriages before whom the memorandum is submitted on scrutiny of the document submitted by with the memorandum or on the other fact notice or brought to his notice is satisfied or the reason to believe that the marriage between the parties is not performed in accordance with any law for the time being enforced, or the marriage between the parties is not performed in accordance with the personal law of the parties, the identity of the parties or the witness or the person testifying the identity of the parties in the solemnization of marriage is not established beyond reasonable doubt, or the documents tendered before him do not prove the marital status of the parties, he may, after hearing the parties and recording the reasons in writing, refuse to register such marriages. So he's entrusted with all those powers, जितने भी sir इसमें ifs and buts हो सकते हैं. So everything has been taken care of under the act. And if the statutory body gives me, my lord, there cannot be any presumption, my lord, that it's a fake certificate.
I'll give you a date. Can't be straight on board. Not possible.
My lord, I'll take my chances. I would have thought, my lord, if my lord's well.
I'm still not convinced. That's the give it explanation. This case, subtitle plus.
My lord, much obliged.
Area number 16. Shridharan.
May it please, my lord.
Petitioner participated the CLAT exam 2025.
Huh?
Petitioner participated in CLAT exam 2025. Thereafter, lordship, the college
And became eligible for admission to NBSc LLB, so it's cyber civil and LLB. Okay. Admission was responded, it was found that out of the 7 seats reserved for 14 members, only 4 were allotted to NP domicile OBC, while 3 were able to be OBC from other outside. The petitioner, who was the first on the list of students who submitted their expression of interest, submitted the written representation pointing out the ERP allotting state quota for OBC seats and non-NP candidates. Now, what actions was taken? All right, do you want your representation to be decided, then we can dispose it out.
no, lordship, actually में क्या provision list आ चुकी है इसमें
You should notice to the respondents, within the 5 working days were both modes returnable within 4 weeks. This topic, I will say.
Lordship, till date, Lordship, at least one seat shall be reserved, Lordship.
One?
At least one seat shall be reserved. My lord, इसमें
No, we are not going to.
आप इसको kindly be heard, Lordship.
We will ask them to create another seat for you if need be, if you succeed. That's all.
मान ली 14% state policy है reservation का.
So really, so next state of hearing, the interim relief of the petitioner shall be considered. Next state of hearing, you consider your application.
Serial number 36.
Yes.
Any big comments?
Yep, fixed rate. Fixed rate is enough. Top. After filing, fixed rate is.
The top of the list.
With item number 1 to 10. Well, yes.
Serial number 36. shreedharan.
But this is a matter whereby the impugned order, my GST registration has been cancelled. The registration has been cancelled on the ground that the same was obtained by misrepresentation, fraud, and willful misstatement.
Just a minute. What is the case?
Now, this is a case where my GST registration has been cancelled. I preferred an appeal against that order that has also been dismissed on the ground of delay.
On the ground of?
Delay.
Then?
Now, my lord, this is a case where the reason which has been cited by the GST authorities is that I obtained GST registration by means of fraud, misrepresentation, and willful misstatement. Now, my lord, if your lordship may kindly see the show cause notice which was issued. That is annexure P2.
Issued in this matter, my lord, we have to file a reply. I'm praying for
What
four.
is the application?
Notice
The
have been issued.
replies we file.
But the urgency is that, my lord, they have issued demand order, my lord, and they have said the last date to submit the demand, the deposit demand order is 9/9, that is today. Failing which the recovery proceedings will be initiated.
File the reply.
No,
I'll give you 4 weeks time to file reply, but till then, no course of action.
Gotcha.
That will stand dictated the moment you file your reply.
Gotcha. That may be observed.
Yeah, that will also.
Hello.
Yes, very. Yes.
My lord, that will suffice the purpose.
Yeah, that's finished. Learned counsel for the respondent has paid for time to file the reply. So 4 weeks time is granted to file the reply. Full stop. Under the circumstances, comma, until the next date of hearing, no course of proceedings to be taken against the petitioner. Full stop. Upon filing of reply, full stop, the order, the interim protection is given only because the reply of the department is awaited. Full stop. Upon and not in the merits of the case, and not in the merits of the case. Full stop. Upon filing of the reply by the state or on the next date of hearing, whichever is later, whichever is later, comma, the interim protection granted today stand vacated till such time it will be reconsidered on merits.
Any fixed date may be given, your lord.
Beginning of it. So, लगा दो 29 से 29 तक.
Not obliged.
Serial number, passport pages. Serial number 2.